What's up, party people? Filming in the car today. Yeah, we had got more books. I wasn't sure if I was going to do any more reviews or book hauls before I left on my trip, but as you all know, I have no sense of self-control, so I did buy a few more, but they were good deals, so I don't feel too bad. I had some duplicates that were stored somewhere, and I went and sold them, so I had some money to throw around. And we're going to be drinking a bubbly today as well. That just exploded. And so if I burp a lot, that's probably why. Also, the camera's balanced like really precariously on the steering column, so if you fall over, it's definitely my fault. So, all right, first up, we have another book. I think we reviewed or bought one from him recently, and that was The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. Today we've got The Moonstone, also by Wilkie Collins. Wilkie Collins, I think born 1824, became a friend of Charles Dickens, and yeah, famous for kind of pioneering the detective novel, or genre, I should say. And the Moonstone is exactly that. So it kind of derives some of its details from the Hope Diamond, which is a famous diamond that was found or mined in British India. And, you know, it got passed down between different merchants and kings and things like that. So it uses some of that kind of lore. And this girl on her 18th birthday has the big diamond on her necklace, and then later it gets stolen, and it's kind of like a whodunit. Like they're trying to figure out like who stole the diamond. So yeah, the Moonstone, pretty exciting. Next up, we have something I've been looking for a long time. So I'm happy I found it, and that is Anything by Friedrich Schiller. Okay, friend of Goethe. They worked together on a few things, I believe, but The Robbers, which is one of the poems in this collection, the other is Wallenstein. The Robbers was his very first poem, and play, and it was immediately a success. What is it about? Good question. I looked it up and now I forgot, so oops. Anyway, last time I bought something by Schiller, it was in German, even though the title and the description were in English on the back. So I got scammed, but this time it's in English on the inside. I checked. They weren't going to get me twice. But yeah, really excited to read something because he's pretty influential. Him and Goethe founding Weimar classicism, I believe, which is supposed to be like a synthesis of classicism and romanticism. But yeah, big name. Next up, I'm not going to say too much about this one. I really like the cover art. I forget the name of this painting, but it's the one with the girl sleeping or having a nightmare, and then her like night terror demon on her chest. It's a very kind of disturbing but famous painting. And that is on H.P. Lovecraft's The Dreams in the Witch House. There's quite a number of his short story collections, and I have the Call of Clu, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it, like Cthulhu or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was meant to be Clu, but I don't know, you sound like an idiot either way trying to pronounce that. But yeah, this is another like selection of his short works, and yeah, so I've already read the Call of Clu, and I actually really liked a lot of his short stories. So next time I'm feeling particularly devious, or perhaps in the mood for to be unnerved, I'll read this. And also, of course, I have to keep you updated. This book is silky smooth. The pages are like, I don't know what different paper they used, but oh yeah, it's amazing. Next up, we've been buying a lot of Heinlein recently, but I found one more, and I had to buy this one because while he does have like a lot of kind of pulp fiction, a lot of stuff that maybe isn't famous, a lot of deep cuts, this is one of his most famous, and it's not Starship Troopers, I already have that. It is A Stranger in a Strange Land. Now, I'm actually excited to read this. I might bump this up on my TBR. It's about a guy who's born on Mars and raised by Martians, and he comes back to Earth, and it's like kind of capturing his reactions and like his like the fallout of him like not knowing anything about like how Earth works. So that's pretty cool. Also, weird pop culture connection is that there's a term that Heinlein coins in this book, and it's right on the front cover. It's grok, and that's like to understand intuitively or by empathy. And that's the name that Elon Musk chose for his like AI that he builds. So kind of a weird connection there. So very interesting. next up, oh, pile's tipping over here. I found something I've also been looking for a very long time, and that is Christina Rossetti's Complete Poems. Now this thing is a beast. It's over 1,200 pages, and it's like thick. I don't know if the camera's not really doing it justice. It's like super thick. The text is kind of big, so I feel like they probably could have made it not so thick. Because yeah, the text is very big. But I'm not complaining, because I have been looking for this for a long time. Yeah, what can I say? Christina Rossetti. Fell in love with her after I read her Goblin Market, which if you haven't read, it's not too long. Do yourself a favor, read Goblin Market. It's very good. It's kind of like a cautionary tale for young people. It's kind of like it's like a fairy tale vibe. And I think it's kind of like an allegory for chastity. Christina Rossetti, of course, being kind of a hardcore Anglican. But yeah, she's very talented, and there's no doubt about that. So I think maybe I used one of her poems in a recent newsletter, but I forget which one it was. Anyway, yeah, super happy about this. Next up, we have a book by Joyce Carey. Now, we already have The Horse's Mouth by him. This is the second one I've bought, and it is Mr. Johnson. Okay, now, Joyce Carey, I believe, born 1888, something like that. He ended up kind of traveling the world for a few different places, working for the Red Cross, like volunteering. Or no, maybe he was getting paid, I'm not sure. For a while, he was stationed in Nigeria, and so this is kind of based on his experiences. The book's about a guy named Mr. Johnson, who's he's African, but I'm not sure if I don't think he's Nigerian, because he moves to Nigeria to work, and he feels like an outsider. And so it kind of just follows him and his escapades. I'm not really too sure much more about the plot, but another interesting connection about this book is that it kind of received, like, not super famous, but like pretty wide acclaim. And then, I think I'm saying this right, Chinua Achebe, the guy that wrote Things Fall Apart, which I've read and did enjoy, he read this book and he was like, he didn't like it. He thought it was like pretty superficial, and he's like, I can do a better job about writing about Nigeria. And so then this book is what led him to write Things Fall Apart. So yeah, pretty interesting. I know I overused the word interesting. That's my fault. Two more here. We've got a super deep cut from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Okay, Doyle, very well known for his, oh, come on, don't let me brain fart here. The detective guy, Sherlock Holmes, very famous for writing Sherlock Holmes, did a whole bunch of book series and stuff with him. But this is one of his, like, earlier works. It's a short novel called When the World Screamed. It's sci-fi, and it follows this, like, scientist who, like, believes that the entire Earth is, like, a giant organism that's similar to like a starfish, or like what do you call those, sea anemones? And so he drills down to the mantle to like let the sea anemone animal know that mankind exists, and then he drills down there, and then things go wrong. But it's just, what a strange premise for a sci-fi book. But apparently it's good. So yeah, not sure when I'll get to this one, to be honest. But yeah, I saw Sir Conan Doyle, and it was not Sherlock Holmes related, so I thought definitely got to pick it up. So I don't think I have all of Doyle's Sherlock Holmes, but I do have like the first grouping of books. But I haven't read it, so I'm not super into it yet, but maybe I'll read it to my kids one day. Okay, last one here, and that is To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. Now, I don't want to say too much about this until I read it, have read it, because I know a lot of people, you included, probably do enjoy this book quite a bit, so I'd want to do it justice. I got a really nice binding here, the white and blue, I do really like that. Now, this is a modernist novel. It's kind of similar to James Joyce or Marcel Proust, in the sense that there's not a lot of dialogue or plot. It's mostly like introspective and like focusing on the author's, or the, not authors, but protagonist's thoughts, observations, kind of like internal monologue. So it follows a family that lives at like this summer house by the ocean in Scotland. And yeah, that's all I basically know about it so far. So yeah, very cool. Thank you, Mrs. Wolf. Is it Miss Wolf or Mrs. Wolf? Not sure. No, it's Mrs. She was married. Because it says on the back here that with her husband, She founded Hogarth Press. Cool. And it says here that E.M. Forster, he said of her that she gave acute pleasure in new ways and pushed the light of the English language a little further against darkness. Very nice. Excuse me. Before we end, maybe I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek of where I'll be in the next few weeks here. See if I can not make the camera fall. But just outside the car here, I've got the van. There it is. Okay. I don't know, my mic's directional, so I'm not sure if it's picking up what I said, but anyways, I'll be embarking off soon, so stay posted. I will, or is that the right word? Stay posted? Yeah, I will be posting other content soon about the trip, so yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you later.